The very short version of this is that first you must connect to Biowulf, start an interactive session with the tunnel option, copy that tunnel command to a separate terminal session on your computer and run that to connect to Biowulf a second time. Back in your original session in the interactive job, load the Jupyter module and run Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook with the port 1 as port. And finally, open the URL in the browser and you should be good. Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to get connected to Jupyter on the Biowulf cluster. So to begin, we will connect to the Biowulf cluster over SSH. So I'm going to suggest using something called tmux here. Tmux, or Terminal Multiplexer, is a tool that allows you to sort of generate a more persistent command line session on a remote server. So we start up tmux session with tmux new dash session. And now this terminal will persist on Biowulf even if we disconnect until the Biowulf system restarts, which does happen every month. So we are going to start off by generating a interactive job like normal, except we will add the -- tunnel or -t command. What this will do is set up a port forward, which will allow us to connect through the Biowulf login node to our Jupyter session. Now that we are connected, what we will need to do is take a look at these instructions that we get. It will spit out a bunch of information, including some port numbers. So our instructions do say that this works on Linux and macOS, but most modern Windows machines will also include the OpenSSH command that you need in order to do this. I can't guarantee all of them do. Some ICs prevent this from being installed. So I will show you first how to do this, but if you do not have it available, I'll show you how to do this in both PuTTY and MobaXTerm, two other popular clients. So what we need to do is open up a new terminal window on our local machine. You can do this like I did if you've got a fancy terminal emulator, or you can open up a new window. And we just need to paste this in and connect. And once we've done that, our tunnel is set up. We can switch back to our original window and load our Jupyter module. And I'm going to suggest that in general, unless you have reasons to do otherwise, that you use the Jupyter Lab interface. It's more modern, more powerful, and generally better maintained. What we need to do is specify -- port, $port1. This will tell Jupyter to listen on the specific port that we need. We can now copy paste this, either of these URLs. And since our tunnel is set up, we can go to our browser and open that page. And that will bring us to a basic Jupyter Lab interface. And that is all you need to do. If you need to reconnect, we can benefit from how tmux was set up. So let's disconnect our tunnel. Close that window, and imagine, our internet went down and we disconnect. All gone. So what we need to do is reconnect to Biowulf, however we like. And we don't see our session here immediately, but we can check and see that, we actually do have a tmux session available. So we can attach to that, and it will bring this back up. Now, by default, this doesn't make it easy to scroll up, and so we don't know how to reconnect to our tunnel. But we do have this information here. You can go on the website and copy paste that command and swap out your username in the port if you like. But there is also a handy tool that we can use to get this back. And so what we can do is open up a new window or a new terminal inside of tmux. So if you hit Control B, and then C, this will open up a new window, and we can run the reconnect tunnels command, and that will show us the command that we need to connect to. If you have more than one tunnel, you'll see more than one. Perhaps you'll need to remember which is which. We can switch back with Control B and then the tab number, so 0, and that'll bring us back here. Again, we could open up a new terminal window on our local machine, connect, and now our Jupyter session is back. Next up, I'll show you some alternative connection methods for these tunnels if you do not have OpenSSH available. First up, we have PuTTY, which is a popular Windows SSH client. So in order to connect to our tunnel with PuTTY, what we need to do is use the same settings we would otherwise use to connect to Biowulf. Hypothetically, your username should be the same as on your local computer, and the only thing you'll need to change is to go to Connection SSH Tunnels and add this tunnel here. So you will need to add the specific port that you were assigned in source port, and the destination should be, one of these two hosts. So either localhost or 127. So localhost colon 34349. Click add, and our session should be set up. We can bring our window here, connect, and this should now have our tunnel set up. We can go back to our browser and copy paste this URL in again, or just click on it if your terminal allows you to do that. And we are all set up. Again, you will need to make a new tunnel setup each time you make a new interactive session because you will get a new port each time. And our final method will be MobaXTerm, another popular SSH client for Windows. So unlike OpenSSH or PuTTY, a tunnel in MobaXTerm doesn't involve making an actual terminal. Instead, you use the tunneling feature. You can have more than one tunnel, but when you start off, you'll need to click New SSH Tunnel, and it'll bring up this. And you essentially need to put all of the same information that you would into these 6 boxes. So both forwarded port and remote port should be the port we have assigned. The remote server in this case is localhost. The SSH server is going to be your Biowulf login information. So biowulf.nih.gov, your username, and 22. When you click save and connect, this will prompt you to log in if you do not already have your authentication information saved in MobaXTerm. And we are now connected. We can again take our login URL and connect via our local browser. And that is how you connect via OpenSSH, via PuTTY, and MobaXTerm. Good luck with your work.